It's day 4 of the Sahara Conference here at the Basketball Africa League. Dakar is the place to be. We're here in this wonderful arena just south of the capital of this wonderful country. APR of Rwanda take on US Monastir. Hopefully they're ready to play well. There we have APR in the starting 5. You don't change this team because we're working very well together, Russia.
Yeah, that is a 4th consecutive game here in the Sahara Conference that Coach Mazen has stayed with the same players: Adonis Fila, Noel Obadia, Dario Hunt, William Robbins, the captain, and Axel Mpoyo. These players scored 79 of APR's 89 points in the last game against US Monastir. They're playing heavy minutes and contributing so much in the play.
So the Egyptian at the helm in the starting 5. We got Chris Crawford, who's back into the starting 5, unlike in their last loss.
Yeah, he scored 17 points coming off the bench in that last game, but is joined by Lassat Chouaya, who gets his first start in the Sahara Conference. Ater James Majok, joined by Williams, who has his second start for the Tunisian champions. Firas Layani, who's averaging 8.7 rebounds per game here in Dakar, is trying to use a lot of his experience there in the paint on offense and on defense, and that should be very key for them today.
Well, it's time for game 7 of the Sahara Conference. APR locking horns with US Monastir.
There's tension on both sides of the court. It could mean a lot for US Monastir if they get their first victory here today.
Layani with a deep 3 from way out west that doesn't fall. Noel picks up possession, taking it forward. APR looking to pass the ball around and find that man in space, who will then get the chance to shoot. Well, it was a good idea from Hunt just to sneak one that passed through to Robbins, but Majok gets in the way.
Yeah, Majok switched in and locked in inside there. He knows a thing or two about APR. He was playing for the Patriots in the semifinals last year in the Rwandan League when APR swept them to make it to the final and eventually winning the title that got them here in the Sahara Conference.
Noel looking for the first point, and he manages to get a sneaky bit of play there from Obadia Noel. Chris Crawford, mid-range 2. Made safe. Rebound collected by Noel.
A bit tight there for US Monastir. They failed to score in 2 attempts at the beginning of the game, but they locked in on defense.
Yeah, APR, and we heard from Coach Track talking with Q earlier, you know, just how important the defensive game was, but just how desperate they are to just improve their shooting game. As Layani goes up and tries to get the points. Connection was made, contact was made. Axel Mpoyo.
It's a bit of an interesting matchup there with Layani up against Dario Hunt. Both players have a good size to match up in there. He tries to keep his eyes on the basket, but it's not enough. On the other side, Obadia Noel just continuing from where he stopped in the last game and giving APR their first 2 points in this fixture.
US Monastir not getting the basket, of course. The foul was going against that man, Crawford, in fact. And off the ball, bit of activity. There's Noel, drops it into the paint with Hunt. And I'm afraid that he's got himself into a little bit of trouble with the amount of time spending in the paint there.
Looking at the replay there, Dario Hunt just trying to maneuver his way around Layani. We've seen that on the other side of the court, and once again it happens here, and it's a foul that has been registered on Dario Hunt.
Yeah, a bit of backing up.
Very interesting. Yeah, US Monastir have gone with 3 different starting lineups in 3 different games. This is the 4th different look for Coach Kerdani, and hopefully he'll get a better start from them.
Well, it's been made safe. Majok picks it up and tries to rise up. That's great defensive play there from Hunt.
Yeah, the ball is stripped away real quick as APR regain possession.
Noel back out. Mpoyo goes up. That's a great score from Mpoyo.
That's a fantastic score there from Axel Mpoyo. When you have a power forward who can shoot from long range, that's exactly what Coach Mazen was talking about. He wants them to continue attempting from the perimeter and making it count in this game. It's 5-0 for the Rwandan champions.
Yeah, US Monastir yet to get any points on the scoreboard. Noel goes down, and you can see that once again US Monastir pay the price because they're locked in on their defensive maneuver. There's a little push,
Shwaya just getting his body up against Obadia, who's in one place, and APR will regain possession. Another slow start for the Tunisian side. We saw that in their last game, going down 12-2 in the opening 4 minutes, and once again 5-0. This looks like a non-basketball game.
Yeah, well, it's early doors, of course. Robbins, here's Filer. Filer just stepping back, giving himself a little bit of space, and produces a 2-point score.
It is his first 2 points. Adonis Filer just looking at Coach Mazen, nodding there with approval from his gut.
It's just not soft enough for Crawford to get the first points for US Monastir. This is quite rare.
US Monastir are doing everything possible on the offensive side, but they're yet to establish a relationship with the basket.
Long-range shot, that's how to do it. Well, Chuaya just producing a 3 from the corner.
That is emphatic, and it comes in at a timely place for the Tunisian side. 3 points as they trail 4 behind APR.
First time we've actually seen them move the ball on the offensive end, and they get a good look in transition. Nice open jump shot.
Yeah, I think that was the first time that George Williams actually got hold of the ball, as we see Hunt going up for gets another chance to rebound, of course, and providing his team with more points, up to 9.
Coach Mazen has talked about second chance points for his team, and that's something that he wants Dario Hunt and the rest to keep doing.
Well, as Leani's going straight into Hunt, who just stands firm, and that's another offensive foul. They're just giving the ball away left, right, and center.
This is the aggressive play that Monastir want to come into this game with. The other play was about Shwaya doing exactly the same, but they'll have to look into it if they want to stay focused in this game. It was Monastir.
It was Mpoyo, in fact, who went down. Q, you got something to say?
I was going to say, it's interesting that we've seen two charges called early in this one. It might be something to keep an eye on, because if the US Monastir adapt and the referees continue to call it, it's going to be a factor.
And they do get frustrated. That's a great score from Hunt, and he moves up to 4 points. It is a key factor. It is something that we've seen in the past. If they can keep cool heads, then we see a different team. But if their foul count just goes up, that's a big 3 from down in the corner. Shwaya doubling up, and he's got 6 points now.
That is a quick 3-pointers for Shwaya from both sides of the court, showing his versatility here for the Tunisians, and he's the only player that has scored so far in this game.
Here's Mpoyo dealing with Leani, goes high above Majok and gets the bucket as well.
Well, Mpoyo, what can he not do? He's shooting threes, he's driving into the paint, and that's just working for APR, as 4 of the players on the court have scored.
Drops it into Majok. Majok spins off Mpoyo and scores the bucket. Brilliant play.
Yeah, Ater Majok getting his first points in this one. There was really a mismatch in that paint there, as he got above the ground, and easy layup.
Points in the paint, 10 for APR, just 2 for US Monastir. There's Noel. Oh, he's bumped off Leani, and Leani will pick up another foul. This is what they've got to be careful about. That's going to be a second.
It is frustration there for the Tunisian international, Firas Layani. He has to be very careful. He's already fouled out of a game here in the Sahara Conference.
APR 13, US Monastir 8. We'll take a small break. Back here at the Dakar Arena, APR Rwanda 13, US Monastir 8. Leani frustrated on the bench there next to Marnawi. He got ejected actually in the game, in the loss against APR, which of course was mentioned pre-game. It went to overtime, just the second time in the history of the BAL that we had a game that went to the extra overtime period, and it was APR who managed to run out winners in that one, 89-84. Get a quick reaction from Q from that timeout.
I'll tell you, it's very fiery over on the US Monastir bench. You talk about Layani, and he's very frustrated bench side. But you look for a couple of actions with Chris Crawford trying to steer the offense, so he's going to be a primary point of offense for Coach Kigali.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, just looking at the frustration, really, you understand. Of course, the scouting report for APR was very clear that they need to target Layani. They know that he is the central and core player for the Tunisians. He's shown that much, especially last season. But it's not surprising that they've, targeted him with those fouls.
4 turnovers to 1 as we see Filer going up. Oh, it's majestic, isn't it? Fine score from Filer, filing away as he does.
Filing Filer with 4 points is counted as a 2 there.
Very interesting player. Dukori can't get his extra touch there, and well, he's been bumped and Boyo down on the ground.
It is 5 team fouls for US Monastir in 6 minutes played so far in the first quarter. Frustration, and you see the reaction on the bench. But looking at the replay there, Dukure finds his right elbow in the face of Axel Mpoyo. And on the other side, Filer just filing away with that 2. It's a jumper, and it's 4 points for the American Rwandan.
Born in Chicago, plays for the Rwandan national team, part of the Afro-Can bronze medal winning team just last year.
Yes, and perhaps we can use this opportunity to introduce the officials of this game. You have Pap Banda Njai, who's the commissioner from Senegal. You have Caitlin Vesoza from Tacoma, Washington State. She's officiated in the G League and the NCAA. You have Kingsley Ojaburu from Nigeria and Walelin Gebeto from Ethiopia.
Yeah, Nigerian referee. And of course, the Nigerian team that are topping the table here in the Sahara Conference. Crawford goes up mid-range 2. It's a fullback 2, and that's a good score as well. Finally, US Monastir into double figures.
Yes, finally, and Crawford also getting his first points of the game.
Well, that's a double attempt. Hunt can't get the rebound. And Noel just losing a bit of balance at the end. Can't get it in. Charge from Chihuahua, and they will regain possession.
It's good hands there from Axel Mpoyo to keep the ball away from Chihuahua, who's trying something new. He's made 2 3-pointers so far in the game, but just being able to open up the APR defense in transition could work for them. But Dario Hunt going to the bench, has had a good opening minutes and has been substituted by Nhore Habimana.
Yeah, that's an interesting player, the Egyptian. Nasser. Oh, it just doesn't go in. The attempted rebound there from Majok, and he does draw contact from Nasser.
It's always going to be an interesting matchup as the Egyptian prodigy continues to get big minutes for the Rwandan side. He's one of the players that can match up to Majok, but that replay there from Chris Crawford, easy jumper, fed away to get his first 2 points in this game.
Was that a little bit of alliteration there? Accidental alliteration, a matchup for Majok. There we go, love it.
Love it. Ater Majok, originally from South Sudan. He's grown up in Australia. He's played for UConn and was drafted 58th overall in the second round by the Los Angeles Lakers. Big player. He's played in over 15 countries in the world and brings that experience here to the BAL.
Here's Filer down into the paint, gets it back out to Nasser. Round the outside, tries to deal with Crawford, tries to lift it up for Nasser for an alley-oop, doesn't finish it, can't get near it. Williams now at the other end, and the ball gets touched and goes out of bounds, and it's an APR player who gets the last touch.
Yeah, it is a US Monastir possession. They can breathe for a second there. Looking at that replay, Ater Majok just showing why he's been in the all-defensive BAL team for 3 straight seasons. Just blocking in that paint and saying there's no way to go.
And let's not forget, he's the BAL 22 Defensive Player of the Year. He is a presence inside the paint, and there's a reason we talk about him so much inside that paint.
Yeah, and he's a handful. He's very much a handful. As we see Shabozwa coming on. And it's Noel who actually has been asked to come off for a couple of minutes. 2:52 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, Noel has been playing big minutes for APR, and he'll need a breather just to regain his energy. They have a deep bench APR that can use it.
Shabozwa trying to deal with Crawford. He goes up and then he gets it out into the corner. Chiwaya trying to find that sweet spot again and make it threes. Filer, a nice pass to Nasser. Can he get past Madjok? No is the answer to that. Does enough to prevent him from scoring. Crawford just on the edge of the arc. That is a fantastic shot. Put it on the scoreboard. Mr. Crawford with a three.
That's a beautiful finish there from Chris Crawford. He times the shot, makes sure that Shabozwa is away from range, and he drops it.
APR, 4 points separating the two teams. And Habimana going up for a long-range shot. A great opportunity here for Doucouré to go up and try and get a score. Get out of there. That was fantastic from that man, Nuturin Habimana.
Yes, it was timely there for him, Habimana.
And it's an easy dunk there for Doucouré, the Malian international. The right place at the right time.
Yeah, he stayed right there in the paint, and good eyes from Chris Crawford to see him in the easy basket as US Monastir come within 2 points of APR.
He was actually just recovering from a little bit of contact on the head. That's the reason why he was still up there. It wasn't tactical, it just fell, it fell perfectly for him. Manawi getting some time on the floor.
It's been a 6-0 run and scoreless run for APR. They haven't scored in the last 4 minutes, and maybe a little bit of concern for Coach Truck.
But on the other side, it's Kadani who's going to be the happy man, of course, because this is a game changer for them, because slow start and a fast and frantic finish to put themselves just 2 points behind.
Well, they look like they're playing a little bit better than when Layani was there. There's the introduction of Marnawi and Gayaza, the captain, as Aterma Jok takes a break.
One player that's been really good when he comes off the bench, it is, and we've got to mention him, it's Sadio Doucouré, of course, the Malian international. Every time that he gets more time on the court, and it was the case in the last game with of course, Layani getting 4 fouls. He came to the fore as Nasser scores a wonderful 2.
He had acres of space there, the Egyptian, and just used it nicely to score the 2 points.
Doucouré's three-point attempt doesn't drain. Here's Filer. Shabozwa picks it up, gets back out. Nasser's just to the right of Habimana if they want to use him. An opportunity. Habimana, nicely done. That's a fine score indeed.
It's a nice featherway there from Nhore up against Gayaza. He gives him a bit of an arm length there to go away with the shot.
Last play, look at that from Crawford. Bumps off, down on the ground, and that is a fantastic score for Crawford, just to reduce the arrears, and it's another three-pointer, 22-19 going into the second quarter. We'll take a break. The Dakar Arena here, 22-19, and a little comeback from US Monastir here in this Basketball Africa League showdown in the Sahara Conference. Very important for Coach Kadani, but APR will be a bit concerned.
Yeah, looking at the face there, recognition from Coach Mazen. He's trying to get things together. Of course, the absence of Obadia Noel on the court means that APR have to play to their other strength, which is, you know, continuing to penetrate in there, but use Axel Emporio on the outside. But that man, Chris Crawford, 8 points in the first quarter, massive for US Monastir. Is able to use his size there and square up against Nhore, but also shooting from range to give US Monastir and keep them within 3 points of APR.
Well, it's been 5